welcome to the ANF Academy. How do you feel now when you're back again?
I am so grateful to be back. Very grateful to be back, and it's like a second home. It's like a second
Why
home.
is that? Because I heard many instructors saying and therapists saying that this is their second home. Why is that?
Everybody's so friendly here. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody's like a family. You know, we talk about the ANF family and the ANF tribe, and it's you have to be here to experience it to then realize what it is, that it feels like a second home.
What do your patients say about that?
They love it. You know, for the most part, they love it. They absolutely cannot believe the results that they can get, you know, as far as like pain and inflammation, and being holistic, we also get to change their life and be able to do things that most medical professionals and lots of hospitals and orthopedic places cannot do, as far as removal of pain without side effects, you know. So that's what they love, you know. It's pretty simple for them.
What is their compliance with your treatment? Can you describe it?
They're very compliant because it's pretty easy. Like, really, they just have to show up, you know, and allow us to put the protocols on them. Most of what they have to do is just drink water and just do what we tell them to do. I'm a physical therapist, so I get to tell them either like back off on certain things they got to do, or how to rehab or strengthen specific things. But it's a tool that I'm able to take them through the whole continuum of healing, you know. So it's something that.
So they don't need to provide any kind of effort to heal, only to drink water. But do they need to do a lot of exercises at home, or how it works?
It just depends on the individual. What I've learned with ANF and how inflammation works is that you have to allow the body to heal. You know, you can't just continue to push and push and push. So for me, I'm big into wellness and health. So it bridges the gap for me in being able to talk to them about how to truly get healthy again, how to get well again, from drinking water to sleeping better to digesting better to all of the things that make a human, you know, more healthy in terms of getting rid of their chronic diseases and their chronic pain.
And that's possible?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can they experience pain reduction within the first treatment session?
My goal is to try to decrease pain by at least 50%. You know, and if we find the source, sometimes you get even better than that.
But it's a difference when you treat acute pain and chronic pain.
Yeah, with acute pain, let's say if it's an athlete, it's pretty straightforward because we can reduce the pain pretty significantly. However, I like to let them know that just because I'm removing pain and making them feel better does not mean that they get to go and crush their body again. So, you know, there's a lot of education that has to happen with what we do in ANF therapy and how we use the devices.
You use ANF as your main tool to provide pain relief. Can you obtain the desired results faster than usual?
Absolutely. Like, for me, it's by far the main tool that I use in my clinic. You know, there's so many other frequency devices and tools, and as a physical therapist, we can use a TENS unit to help them feel better back in the day. But with ANF, I know that I am truly restoring that neurological function and repairing those neurological signals that optimize how our body actually works. You know, it's not just something that I put on and it feels better and then I take off and then that's it. You know, it's not actually causing an effect within the body like ANF does. So, you know, unfortunately, I get a lot of those questions asked, and I just don't want to spend time or money using things where I know that I have like what I know and what I feel like is the best medical device in the world right now. You know, and I know I'm biased by that, but that's just how I feel because of how I'm able to help individuals and what I see in the clinic.
And how do usually your patients hear about you?
For me, it's word of mouth. It's just usually, hey, Santi, help me. And then they send me their mom, or they go to their church and they're like, what are those things? And then they tell them like, he's really helping me. So for me, everything's been word of mouth. I stayed very busy. It's been absolutely life-changing as a business owner. It allowed me to like go off on my own and leave traditional work for somebody else, you know. So now I have my own business and I'm able to like help people in the way that I want to.
So you want to tell me that ANF helped you become independent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations, very nice. So I imagine it had positive impact on your clinic income.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not there. It is just a tool. You know, it's not like you lose all the skill that you've gained in over 20 years of doing fitness and exercise and physical therapy and like strength and conditioning. It just allows me to then work so much better with my clients, and then also they are more compliant because they see a result, but now they're able to understand that can actually heal. You know, so they're more compliant with the long-term health and wellness programs or their fitness programs or their sports and conditioning programs. So it's something that it's so easy to apply. It saves them time in their life. Everybody's life is busy.
Yeah.
So it's not the traditional physical therapy thing that I had to do before. They had to do like, I have 20 exercises to do every morning so my back goes away. Now they're healing, they have no inflammation, and if they have a flare-up, they'll just call me and they tell me, hey, this is what I think I need. They come in, I do a quick palpation, and I'm like, here you go, and then
so it provides extra value to your consultation.
Absolutely. It adds a lot of value because it saves people time. You know, people nowadays don't want to do 20 minutes or an hour of stretches in the morning, but they're able to move better because of the device, but also because now I like to teach them to be aware of their full day rather than just do this exercise. I'm like, be aware of like what is causing the tissue to be in pain, or I need you to do just these specific things so that way you don't necessarily end up irritating the condition. Right? So it's more of an education and awareness of how their body actually works rather than like, hello, I don't have time for you because I have 3 other people here, do these exercises and let me go do my computer work, you know? So it's, for me, again, it has allowed me to completely do what I want to do as somebody that wants to help people truly heal and be well.
Winter is coming and people are afraid of new viruses plus flu. So is there a way for you as a physical therapist to help them strengthening their immune system with ANF?
Well, to me, that is one of the most amazing things that ANF has done for me and the Academy has done for education, because I never thought that as a physical therapist, I would have such a broad scope in how I can help my clients. And, you know, becoming holistic has completely shifted my life because, you know, most of my clients, very few are orthopedic, which is kind of strange, but most of them are chronic pain, fibromyalgias, autoimmune diseases, cancers, like all of these things that I just knew how to tell them to, like, hey, energy conservation or rehab or exercise or eat better or drink more water. But now it's like you actually get rid of, you know, you actually help individuals heal. They actually, in some cases, their cancer gets better. In other cases, they don't believe they have fibromyalgia anymore. Like all these conditions that they are told that they're stuck with for the rest of their life, I'm able to help, you know. But it is not me or the device, it's a combination of the education, the device and what it actually does for the nervous system, but then also the individual doing their part in changing their life, you know. And to me, it's one of the best things you can do in today's world as far as like the healthcare. You know, there's the most solutions are either medication that gives a bunch of side effects or makes them sicker, or surgery that's painful, or blocking nerves. So, and frustration, you know, most people in the medical world don't have the time. They're just like next. And with this, it's amazing because you get to spend time with the client, and I'm able to create whatever I want within my space, you know.
What made you become an ANF instructor?
I've always been curious. You know, I've always asked why. I think I would say I drive a lot of my professors or colleagues crazy because I'm always pushing the envelope. I'm always looking for outside the box things. I was frustrated when I first came out of school because I was unable to help people like I felt I could, you know, and I felt like it was very limited. So I always seeked out different things. If I met somebody that said, hey, have you heard of this? I'm like, no. So that's how I came to ANF. It was literally going outside of the box and doing things that nobody else was doing and asking questions that led me to a course where I saw somebody with one and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I got lucky that I got in way in the beginning. I know that ANF is just 10 years old, you know, so we're doing amazing things. So for me, I would say ANF found me, you know. You know, so with life, it's I just go with the flow and I pay attention, and I'm just super grateful that I found ANF and ANF found me, and I'm part of the academy and part of this group that is going to teach others to do this use this amazing device.
Is that the main reason because you fell in love in ANF and you want to spread it out to the world?
Yeah, so it sounds funny, and sometimes people are like, Santi, what? But like, I know that my calling is to help heal humanity, right? I just feel like for the longest time, there's so much sickness and so much pain and so much like frustration, and nobody is given the time and explanations of why they're falling apart, why they're having conditions, and they're all being told like, sorry, you gotta take this drug forever, sorry, you just gotta do this, and they do diets and do all sorts of things, but nothing really helps them. And ANF all of a sudden just comes into my life, and even treating myself. I've had so many surgeries in my knee as an athlete, and I couldn't bend it, and all of a sudden like I could bend it, and you know, and so I was like, wow, there's something here. And all of a sudden, like what we learn here in how the body actually functions, and how there's a priority in how the nervous system actually you know, helps our body work, then all of a sudden when you have that understanding, you can actually help people, because you understand that like what I thought was number one and it was just so great was like treating a muscle. Now I know it's like, you know, second to last, you know what I mean? The body doesn't care about the muscle as much, you know? So I explained to my clients, listen, there's a reason why a diabetic will lose a toe or a foot, because the body's trying to get resources more towards the vital organs and to help keep the pancreas and the liver healthy, rather than the toe. We get to do the things that are required to actually heal the body or to give the resources, so that way the diabetic doesn't lose the foot or the toe. Makes sense? We just learn exercise, we learn like basic anatomy, and we have a big understanding of like nervous system, but really the unfortunate thing that medicine does is they want to like separate everything, and our bodies do not work in a separate way. It's a closed system, it's an ecosystem, and it's just how it works. You might not be able to see it, but it's affecting, whether it's like a past injury or a past trauma, emotional, you used to get hit all the time and your body has certain patterns that are protective. So I never understood that until I started studying ANF, you know. So it's one of those things that it's life-changing if you are open-minded, and if you're a person that sees the big picture, right? Sees the big picture and sees how things work together, rather than like pieces. You can't look at it as pieces, you know, because nothing works like that. You know, it's with clients that are having a hard time, I say, you see the city? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, do you know there's radio, right? You can tune into a radio station, and the cell phone, I have to dial, you know, or like the lights that are coming into your eyes and you're seeing me, that's frequency. And I explained to them the sound I'm making, that's frequency. So how do you not think that? I'm like, cells are like same thing. They have little cell phones and they call each other, yo, I'm a liver cell, I need some blood over here. And then the heart, you know, so, and they laugh, you know, but they get it. They're like, oh, okay, that makes sense to me.
Now it makes sense, yeah.
So it's an ecosystem. It's all working together. You know, it's all working together.
What would you like to say to those that never heard of ANF or think of joining ANF education?
Just get ready. You know, just get ready, because whether you accept it or not, or you want to learn about it or not, it is the future of medicine. We have been doing the wrong approach to healing. You know, I don't even call it healthcare, I call it sick care. And it's all driven by frequencies. That's just how I understand it now. You know, I'm still open-minded, of course, but now this is like the level of like understanding that I have that allows me to just use this device in a way that truly helps an individual and truly helps the ecosystem communicate better, so that way we function better. And just get ready, you know, because otherwise you're gonna be left behind. You know?
Thank you, Santi. Thank you for this interview, and I hope we're going to see you again here in the academy.
Oh, absolutely. I can't